This is a battle in the Wolf Flash tournament between Masterbean and Diplomatt. It's one of the final battles, so Diplomatt made it to the finals, the Masterbean made it to the finals as well. He's commanding Suebi against the Boii. Wodana, Spear Levy and Spear Brothers on the flanks. Germanic Scout Riders, Longbow Hunters, 3 Longbow Hunters. Berserkers, a total of 4 Berserkers, wow. Swordmasters, 2 Swordmasters. Germanic Scouts, Spear Brothers, same thing on the flanks. And the general is, of course, Ariovistus. For Boii, we have an MLG Freeman army. Levy free, levy free, levy free, 4 in the front. Then we have Axe Warriors, Sword Followers, so a bunch of Sword Followers. Only, let's see, 2 Oathsworn, I think. Yeah, 2 Oathsworn. Heavy Horse, Light Horse, Heavy Horse. So 3 Heavy Horse. And Celtic Bows for the skirmish. These Longbow Hunters, Germanic Longbow Hunters, they have a fairly low rate of fire, low range. But if they can do damage unopposed to enemy units, they can do a lot of it, because they have 40 missile damage. Fairly cheap as well, so a nice addition to a Suebi army, giving them a bit more versatility. Because these Levy Freemen have to be dealt with some way, and the Spear Brothers and the Spear Levy, they're going to do well against the Levy Freemen. So being pushed to the front here, the Longbow Hunters will also do a lot of damage to Levy Free. So they're starting to fire. Getting a few volleys off on the Longbow Hunters isn't a bad idea. But you can see that the Longbow Hunters are actually targeting the Celtic Bows here. Trying to get some Celtic Bows off the field. Here we have the Levy Freeman and the Spear Levy colliding. The Spear Levy has taken damage here. Force Charge being activated. So the Spear Levy might lose. Fast Charge being activated. Boii just pulling away. The Spear Levy is walking. So I don't know why the Spear Levy is walking. The Germanic... the Fast Charge hits the Levy Freeman, wanting to remove the Levy Free support. Wodana Spears firing into the Spear Levy and the Levy Freeman. The Swordmasters are running through the gap with Fast Charge activated. Berserkers taking fire. Suebi doing a mad rush in the center here. The Heavy Horse charges into the Swordmasters. And the follow-up from the Sword Followers isn't going to be that great, because there are Berserkers coming in. And the Swordmasters have Fast Charge. Very nice charge down the center into the Berserkers by the Light Horse. General on general combat. Fast Charge is not active for the Swordmasters, but there is a unit of Berserkers going Berserk. That might tip the balance in favor of the Suebi units, because normally a Swordmaster unit is going to lose unless he uses Pride. So he's using Pride, the Oathstone General is using Battle Rhythm, but the Swordmasters are still losing slightly, even though they are using Pride, because the Headhunt has been activated for the Oathsworn. But it looks like the Swordmasters might end up tanking this one out. It depends what happens when Battle Rhythm wears off. But this Berserker unit is going to be killing a lot of Oathsworn here, actually. So Winded now, getting reduced melee attack, melee defense. This is what it's all about, this battle here. The Longbow Hunters are firing at the Sword Followers on the flanks here. And the Oathsworn, because of the Berserkers, the Oathsworn are about to break here. The General recently died, the Boii General recently died. The Berserkers, still fresh because they are running Berserk. And look at all the Suebi left on the battlefield. But there are some Boii units here. Let's see. Swordmasters about to be charged by Sword Followers and Oathsworn. The Germanic Scout Riders showing just how useful they are late game by charging into the Celtic Bows. Sword Followers losing now against the Swordmasters. Spear Brothers holding off a unit of Axe Warriors. But can the skirmishers do enough damage here, the Celtic bows? The Swordmasters are about to break, but it looks like the Oathsworn are trying to just move through them, but they stopped, they attacked, and the Swordmasters died. Berserkers killing off a unit of sword followers, it seems. So those Berserkers have been extremely useful in this battle for Suebi. Sword followers, the rear charge, general dead. They have amazing morale, the sword followers, for being a mid-tier unit. If this was any other barbarian faction, these units would have routed a long time ago. The Berserkers going berserk here, but they're taking a lot of fire, getting plucked down by the Celtic bows. Now they turn around to fight. They fight a few Oathsworn. The Oathsworn got killed there by friendly fire, it seems. Let's see if this guy gets killed by friendly fire as well. But there is... the balance of power is even. And the Swordmaster General is exhausted. So this is a good example of how great the sword followers are. The Axe Warriors about to charge into the fray here. So the Swordmaster General might die at any point. Just getting rear charged, fighting Swordmasters. This sword follower is such an important unit at the moment. The Axe Warriors charging in, and now the Suebi General recently died, so a lot of low morale units left on the field for Suebi. Trying to break the Sword Followers and Axe Warriors with the Germanic Scout Riders here. And the Germanic Scout Riders might be able to do it when the Woden Spears come into to support. A lot of nice charges going on here from Suebi, and those two units got hammered. Very important. So, some heavy horse remaining for Boii, Celtic bows, Oathsworn, and sword followers. Whereas Suebi has longbow hunters with 188 kills. That's just an obscene amount of carnage caused by the longbow hunters. So now it really matters how much ammunition there's left on these units. Because, let's see, the Wodanas are still alive. They have good morale. Very important now in the late game. But they're not going to do well against Oathsworn on the charge. There are some Berserkers as well. I doubt they'll be able to go Berserk because there are so few enemies left. So this is very close. Suebi does have the ability to inflict a few rear charge penalties here. They should be able to get into the Celtic bows because there is only this one heavy horse unit. It won't be able to screen away 3 units of Germanic Scout Riders. And if the Germanic Scout Riders engage at the same time as the longbow hunters start firing, then there simply aren't enough Boii units to respond to everything. So the Oathsworn taking fire here, taking casualties. The Germanic Scout Riders do indeed chase into a Celtic bowman, but they get charged by a sword follower. And here comes a mad Suebi rush. Spear Levy going in first, Wodanas Spears going in second, Berserkers going in third, activating Frenzy. So the Oathsworn are going to get a lot of kills here. Winning slightly, pulling out the Wodanas to deal with these sword followers. The Germanic Scout Riders did get into the Celtic bows. The Berserkers actually going berserk, very useful at this point. The Oathsworn are still winning decisively. The sword followers are going to destroy the Wodanas Spears. But here's what I'm talking about with the Germanic Scout Riders, just riding around and killing off the Celtic bows. Now these longbow hunters firing at the heavy horse, doing some damage. Wow, doing a lot of damage to the heavy horse together with the Germanic Scout Riders. So the heavy horse might just actually die here. due to being attacked in the rear and due to the longbow hunters firing at them from point blank range. But they are in frenzy charge, so they're not going to break. The Oathsworn just cleaned up everything over there, except for the Berserkers. Rear charge from the Germanic Scouts. And of course the Oathsworn are not going to break, so they need to be killed. It looks like the sturdiness of the Boii units is what's going to carry the day for them. The longbow hunters being moved up very close here. But so the Oathsworn are actually taking a lot of damage here. The longbow hunters doing very well. One Berserker still alive. But yeah, this is going to go Boii's way now. The units left were just too sturdy. And that's what's so important about the sword followers. They are a very good offensive unit, but they also have the ability to stay in the fight in very, very dangerous and difficult situations. The Germanic Scout Riders losing decisively here, about to die. And now there's only this longbow hunter left. And a sword follower, so I'll just fast forward. Because the longbow hunters are going to kite for 2 minutes. Judging by the balance of power, they do have ammunition left. And look at how many Oathsworn they're killing here from these volleys. It's quite... Wow, these longbow hunters. I'm really impressed by the performance of the longbow hunters. Trying to break them now, but they're out of ammunition, so they charge in. Very nice performance by the longbow hunters, and a very, very close game. The sturdiness of Boii carry the day, but only just. Look at the kills on the longbow hunters here. 2 experience chevrons. That's what you get when you fire mainly at Oathsworn. But the sword followers and the Oathsworn general didn't do too well because he fought the swordmaster and the berserker. Some of the berserkers do well, but it's the lack of the sturdy mid-tier units that kill Suebi, and indeed that was what killed Suebi in this battle. They got a lot of good charges. Diplomatt wisely pulled away from the main engagement, but it was a super close battle and a testament to how dangerous Suebi can be. However, they do need that fast charge, and they don't have the staying power to grind it out in the same way that Boii has. Strength and honor.